The Super Bowl Latina queens.
I think one is reigning more than the other.
Big Yankees, big Yankees, big Yankees. Why?
Shakira recently announced she had to postpone or reschedule her tour, but specifically, she had to upgrade her shows from arenas to stadiums. And did you know that stadiums are bigger than arenas?
I do know.
If I remember correctly, stadiums hold a capacity of 40,000 people or more.
So you're telling me that she has to reschedule every single show just to make sure that she's meeting the fan demand.
A part of it, maybe it was also a strategic marketing move, to be honest. We did an episode not too long ago on how a lot of artists were canceling their shows because they couldn't get as many people to fill the concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a great example of that is J-Lo, but she could barely fill up any seats for her show.
So what I think is that J-Lo needs to hire Shakira's marketing team.
Perhaps.
Because Shakira basically just marketed the most humble flex ever. She basically said, because you guys love me so much, I now have to destroy the first tour and create a bigger one. And this is going to be the biggest tour of my life because of you. And I want to make sure that I'm actually like listening to you guys and giving you exactly what you want, which is me. J-Lo needs to really sit down with this one. She needs to like look at how she's marketing her tour, because J-Lo could have gotten so much more respect during this whole Ben Affleck fiasco and like this yet again another divorce, unfortunately for her, with all that bad press that she was getting and people sharing their J-Lo stories saying like, oh my goodness, she's so mean. If she literally just could have marketed herself the way Shakira just did her own, the respect would have been so much higher, and even the people that didn't like her would have been like, well, now I'm curious about her. Maybe I should sit in the show. You know what? She's actually a fire entertainer. You know how many people have just switched their whole narrative just because now the people that hate them have to respect them?
This just maybe goes to show that humility can win in a lot of cases, where I think J-Lo, thinking that she's J-Lo, of course she's a great entertainer, but I think maybe her approach of wanting like these grandiose like stadiums or like arenas, I don't know like how big her venues were, but starting so big, not realizing or at least analyzing the marketing or even like the ticket demand for her shows were not enough to fill capacity. I think if she just did a simple analysis of like how many people were actually buying her tickets instead of her just, you know, wanting a huge show, she could have started off with smaller venues and then probably did something similar to Shakira, saying I needed to upgrade my shows.
Actually, idea for her. J-Lo, if you're listening, this is for you, girl. You know how she marketed herself as Jenny from the block? She loved saying that she's from the Bronx, and that was getting people upset. They were just like, girl, we get it. You're from the Bronx, but you don't have Bronx issues anymore. Like, you're so above us now. We can't relate to you. Actually, don't take your shows to a venue. Don't take your shows to a stadium right now that she needs to actually genuinely be humble. Remember that ongoing joke of like her Bodega order? She should actually start doing like a Bodega tour. She should literally like maybe make it even exclusive for her fans that actually still rock with her, and then that would create buzz. Maybe like one or two dancers and like one other background singer just perform her favorite songs.
And I think this is where like maybe her diva demeanor gets in the way, because I don't know if maybe she doesn't regard bodegas as the luxury as she kind of makes people perceive her as. Like,
and now she can do that though. Like, let's say she goes on a Bodega tour. First of all, I've never heard of anyone doing that. I think I saw Bad Bunny a while ago when he was on tour. He performed right on top of a gas station. Like, make it a pop-up type of show. Start getting fans to rock with you again. Because you're still marketing yourself as this girl from the Bronx, go show people that you actually rock with it then. And this kind of speaks to like Tiny Desk. It's supposed to look like a small setting. Start doing that again. Make your shows intimate. People are here for an experience.
And maybe they'll stop saying, oh, she can't sing if she like actually sings live in these like smaller intimate settings.
That, and they wouldn't have to guess her order no more. She can actually show you what orange drink she's talking about.
I think this also, at least for J-Lo, what's going to happen when Diddy and his allegations become like a lot more transparent, because they were a couple back in the day.
I bet you if she's creating her own buzz, like her own movement again, if you market yourself correctly, you can get out of anything.